Paul Hamilton joining us. He's on the Western Hotline. Sabres and Flyers tonight. 7:30 game, the first in the Jarmo Kekäläinen era. And Paul's appearance brought to you by Raylax Honda. Raylax, we got this. Paul, good morning.
Hello, guys. How are you?
How was the tone at practice yesterday? I mean, was it overly obvious people are refreshed? Is it just a normal day where people are talking about the change? What was your read of the room?
It was kind of like a normal day. I mean, the players that we spoke with, which are the leadership group, the captains, were kind of down with by saying, it's our fault that we got this guy fired. I mean, that means we didn't do the job, and that's on us. And thanked Adams for bringing him to Buffalo and bringing him to the Sabres, and Thompson thanked him for his contract, and he said he believed in him when others didn't, and allowed him to kind of grow into what he is right now in the NHL. And even Darlene said, look, GMs can only do so much, but he goes, it's on us. We're the ones on the ice, not them. And they all just kind of felt bad that they thought they let Kevyn Adams down.
Well, taking that personally, I mean, now they have a chance, I guess, to kind of start fresh with a new GM. And Paul, I wonder how many players have do they go to Jarmo and meet with him individually? Right? You have exit meetings with a GM. Do you have entrance meetings? Would he want to sit down with each guy and just kind of talk about their game?
Well, he's been around, so it's not like he hasn't been in the room chatting with people before. As Lindy Ruff said, he was in the coach's office every day, with him and Adams, and they would all talk hockey and talk about the players and talk about this and talk about that. So he said it's not really, strange to have him around anyway. So, and Ruff said he didn't know him before that, but now he knows him really well, and knows what he likes about hockey, what he doesn't, about part of the game. And he said it was good to have him around because it was just another set of eyes and another voice to talk about what he sees and what he doesn't. And but as far as the players, Darlene said it was very short. He came in, he addressed the team. It wasn't individually. It was kind of quick, and he let them know. And as Darlene said, he goes, I heard what he told you guys yesterday. He goes, that was basically it. He came into the room and said that. And, now Darlene being the captain, I think they'll talk a little bit more as needed or as things go on. Because I think Adams met with Darlene, not a lot, but I think, when needed, and talk to the captain. So I think Jarmo would probably be the same way.
Paul, do you think there's anything to read from tonight's starting goalie? They've had time off, right? They can kind of reset the rotation if they want to, if it's going to be UPL and Alex Lyon. And I know Kekäläinen, he said he leaves lineups to the coaches, but he did say with us, he might tell them what he's thinking or give some input. Is there anything more to read based on who starts tonight, do you think?
No, the only thing you can read into it is he's won 3 in a row. And so he's on a roll, so that Lindy Ruff feels he's the best guy to get a win. I mean, he let him kind of get on a roll. He played in 4 straight games, didn't start them all, but played in them. And Lyon hadn't won a game since October, the Toronto game, if you remember.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he wins 3 in a row. So I think Lindy Ruff would be insane not to put him in net and keep going with him. So, that's where that decision lies. I don't think it has anything to do with GM or Kekäläinen or Adams or anybody else.
Lyon, the goalie for both the all three, Edmonton, Vancouver, Seattle. The Sabres come in on a 3-game win streak over the Western Conference. It's right after giving up 7 to Calgary for the Sabres, right? He went into that game in relief. Paul, with regard to where they are on the 3 goalie rotation, they don't have to answer this question yet because Colton Ellis is hurt. What is the latest timeline for when that might become a problem again?
They don't give timelines, but I mean, Kekäläinen did say we're going to have to make a decision here.
Yeah,
that's coming up. So, because he mentioned just what you did. Well, right now Ellis is injured, and The update with him is he's still in concussion protocol, and he'll be reevaluated on Friday, tomorrow. So we'll see where that goes. But he did admit that they have to make a decision and they have to figure this out. So that the timeline didn't come, but it's coming. I mean, I would say sooner than later.
Paul Hamilton, his appearance brought to you by Relax Honda. And finally, Paul, like the Jarmo side of things, Lindy's take on all of it. And I saw he expressed the same kind of thing, like disappointment. He felt like he let Kevyn Adams down. But there's been plenty of speculation about Lindy Ruff's future, and that will continue for a little while here. So what's Lindy's tone on any sort of conversation around that?
And he was asked if it was brought up with Terry Pegula, because he had a conversation with him. He said, nope, that wasn't brought up at all. It was just, when Terry Pegula had made this decision, which Lindy Ruff was not part of, he let Lindy Ruff know about his decision. And he said that was the point of their conversation. And, as far as what he talking with Kekäläinen just said, keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Type of a scenario. So he said it had not been brought up with either Pegula or with Kekäläinen.
Do you either share the opinion or at least respect the reality of the idea that for Kekäläinen, he said he has full autonomy, that for people to truly believe that more things have to come, you don't have to share it, but do you understand how people might say that?
Yeah, I mean, and more things. I mean, you may see him start filling out the hockey department with maybe some people he worked with in Columbus. Some people he trusts, and I wouldn't know who we're talking about here, but whether we're talking about scouting or things like that, you may see something, because in any sport, when somebody takes over, they like to have their own people around them. So who are those people? Who are people that he really trusts and that he liked being around last time he was a GM? So I think those are the types of moves that we might see start trickling into the organization as we move forward here.
Only additions, though? Not like changes?
Oh, no, you could see some subtraction, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's gotten to know people. I mean, he's been in meetings and with the hockey department, things like that. So he has seen people. So, no, absolutely. Now, whether he would do that in the middle of a season, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know if he would or he wouldn't. If he was thinking of making those types of changes, he might wait till the end of the year. So that I don't know. But, I think you could expect additions and subtractions.
Paul Hamilton on the Western Hotline. Tonight it's Sabres and Flyers from KeyBank Center, a 7:30 puck drop. And the playoffs, Kekäläinen, one thing he did say is he firmly believes this team can make the playoffs this year. Do you feel like it would be worth pointing to a, small goal? Like Lindy had been doing the 6 out of 10 points. Can I get to New Year's and, you've made up, I don't know, half the distance? That might be tough. Like it's a long road when you have to climb over everybody, Paul. They are 7 points out of the final spot that is a playoff spot. That's wild card. And the division third place is also 39 points. So I don't know. Can I get within 5 points in a month? Like I feel like with Kekäläinen, what I would want, without saying anything about like tanking, but I'd want, once they decide if they're going to think they can make it or not, I'd want a bold move in one way or the other.
Yeah, and the thing is too, we've talked about the 3-game winning streak, and you've taken 6 out of 6 points, and here you are still in last place in the conference. They've also won 9 out of 15, which isn't a bad record.
Yeah,
and where has it gotten them? They have not passed one team, and they've won 9 out of 15 games. So that just shows you how difficult it is just to pass one team. So it's not necessarily, they're 4 points behind the Rangers, who are, four notches up in the standings, and that's all fine and good. And you might catch the Rangers, but did you catch Columbus, Ottawa, and Toronto too? So that just shows you how difficult it is to pass teams when you're this far down in the standings, not the point total behind. If they were 7 points behind the Devils and they were in 9th place, I'd say they're okay. They can make up 7 points on the Devils and get into the playoffs. But when they're 7 points behind the Devils and have to get past 8 teams, and I think it just shows you. I think nine out of 15 games for wins is good, but it's not good enough to even pass one team yet.
We'll be listening tonight, Paul. 7:30 puck drop from KeyBank Center, and maybe a little bit extra of juice in the arena tonight for the start of a new regime. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see how the fans are, and see how the team is and how they come out on the ice. It'll be interesting.
Thanks, Paul.
Take care.
Flyers tonight.